That's fine.
There
There
we are,
we go.
ladies. So thank you everyone for joining us. I'm just going to go to full screen, but I lose a bit of control on the mouse. So can everybody see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. So tonight we're going to be talking about the power of essential oils. We're going to do it in two parts. So today we're going to be talking about stress, anxiety, and overwhelm. And then we're going to do another one later on if those of you would like to do a little bit deeper on that. So thanks everybody for joining us tonight. And if you have any questions at the end, we'd really appreciate you to ask those away. We're hoping really to try and give you as much information as you can about the oils and how you can use them personally. So if there's anything you want to know more about or anything you think we could improve better, we'd really love your input. And Tracy, I've got no mouse control. Where's that? More. There it is. Oh, it's weird. Sorry. I was going to put you up. There it is. I can't see my mouse. It's really weird.
Oh, okay.
It's like,
Can you?
can you get to the quiz and can you relaunch it? Because I can't. I can only go up and down. I've lost mouse control.
Okay. We're starting at the bottom.
Yes.
Do you want me to put that now?
Yeah, I might have to go smaller to get the controls back. Hold on a minute. I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah.
No, it just says share results.
Right. Sorry, girls.
Oh yeah, I can relaunch.
Yeah, can you relaunch? So everybody will, just so that we get an idea of where you're coming from and what your thoughts are as well on there.
Can you see that?
Can everybody see the quiz?
No.
Yeah, somebody can.
Oh, that's good then. Yeah.
Okay. So obviously we can't see who you are, but it's just to give us an idea of whether you've got any idea about oils or none at all. Tracy, sorry, can you admit I've got no control?
I will. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know why, but yeah, so just so that we've got an idea really of what you would like help with there. So we'll just give a few more seconds. If everybody's, there's a few more to answer the poll questions and then I will end it. Can everybody see the polls?
I definitely can't, Jackie, but then again, it might be.
Okay.
I had it pop up and I answered it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lovely.
So when it's answered, it's gone. Okay.
It might be because you came in after, Pauline, that you
Yeah, I went on to Daniel's, didn't I? I can't see properly, so I clicked and sent it to my email address to get on here, and then ended up on Daniel's call, panicking.
That's okay.
Oh,
so if we do
dear.
end the poll,
Yeah.
and we can share the results.
Can you see the results?
Everybody should be able to see.
Somewhat familiar, mostly, and
some that are not familiar at all.
absolutely.
This is a really good idea of what level we're coming at with you and to help you. So if you could stop the share for me and we'll go through our slides.
There we go.
Okay, I still can't get, can you see mine? I can't get it to go. Or, okay. Right, well, I'm completely stuck. Okay, so I'm just gonna, so if somebody could let Becky in, please.
Yeah, I've done it. I'll keep an eye on that. That's
All
fine.
right, thank you. I can't move you out of the way. My computer's completely locked. Haven't let me do that bit. So we're really going to be talking about how you can gain confidence and empower yourselves daily with essential oils. Understanding some of the benefits. We're going to try and keep it as simple as we can for you, so that it doesn't really you can come and learn and take something away from it at the level that you're at. Now, we're going to look at how those oils really can support you, how those resources can expand your knowledge. And then we're going to learn really how you can use them at home with your family and your friends to help you really on that journey really of using essential oils in your daily life. And we've been looking at these, really just trying to see ways that oils can really help you. And some of these ways is for you to think about this as well as we're looking at this. Look at some of the ways that emotions maybe that you're struggling with at the moment. So we're looking at happiness, anger, surprise, sadness and fear. And there is another one, and I can't read it.
There's disgust.
Thank you. If I miss anything, you're just going to have to fill in.
I will. That's fine.
Ad lib. So these are some of the basics. I want you to think about what emotions you feel that maybe you struggle with in a daily routine, or not struggle with. Maybe you just would like to see help somebody else with more of those things. And we're going to talk about really emotions and how they really play a pivotal role in your physical and overall well-being, but also how they work on a cellular level, and that how that works with the brain, the endocrine system, the autonomic nervous system, and we're also going to be looking at the limbic system as well. And one of the things just here that really is important is how fast essential oils work. And we're going to look at that in a little bit later. So emotions have a huge impact on the body, on the way our organs function, because of they release things like cortisol and adrenaline, and that is a stress impact on the body. But essential oils can really help, something that's so easy to use, and we can have it there. It will help us with our positive and our negative emotions. And then what we're looking at is how we can support ourselves throughout our life, and really trying to improve that quality of life that we face now. So every one of us is different, and every one of us faces different emotions. At any time in our life, they can be, we might be good today, but tomorrow something might happen. So what can we use? What tools can we have in our back pocket that we can go, oh, I'm just going to use that oil? So they have an absolute unique effect on the body. The limbic system, it helps with our memory and our emotions. It directly affects our well-being, and it affects our mood, but within seconds. Literally, we were talking about this, when you've got your essential oils, you've got them on your hands, and you do your deep breathing, and you breathe that oil in, it takes 2 to 3 seconds to get to the brain. There's nothing that works as fast as those. So it's really good that we can have access to those. And as it goes down here, if you look, you've got the times. It says for the molecules to reach the brain, it actually says here 22 seconds. And until they're found in the bloodstream, 2 minutes. Then 20 minutes later, they're actually impacting that cellular health. And Tracy, there is another one under there, which I can't get to.
I can't see it.
No?
I just see
Okay.
3. Yeah,
That's
there's
okay.
just
Just
3.
making sure I'm not missing anything that's hiding away from me.
No, not at all.
There. So they're really fast acting. There's nothing that really we can take, even medication wise, that would really react that fast on the body. So now we're going to look, would you put up we're going to, just after this, put up the next quiz on the limbic system one. So thinking about an overview of the limbic system and how it works, it's really vital to what we do. So we have, it connects with the brain. It helps regulate our emotions and our memories. It can control your sleep and wake cycle. It influences your hormones. It keeps us balanced, gives us emotional regulation. It aids in processing our emotions, and it helps again the I can never say this word, amygdala.
Amygdala?
Yeah, that word. It helps to regulate our emotions. And then the thalamus. And Tracy, would you like to read that side of it for me as well?
Oh, okay. So you've got the thalamus, and you have your pituitary gland, olfactory nerves, and the olfactory bulb, and your nasal cavities.
Yeah.
So it affects a lot of us.
Yeah, and I think it's something like, when we think about how we breathe oils in and how quick they can get into those systems that we've just talked about. So just before we go on, we're going to do a little quiz that just to help you recap some of those points that we've just talked about there.
Can everyone see that?
and my mouse is not working at all. So if you want to go through those little questions there, we're talking about how it really helps the limbic system and those prime functions. Now, you will be given PDFs after that really help you go in step through these. And we're looking at obviously that function there, how it regulates. We talked about our hormones, our emotions, our motor functions there, how it helps with our memory. And we also talked about some of those other things there. So, what's your thoughts on those? If you'd like to go away and answer those questions, as you can. And some of those we'll cover a little bit more in detail. And I really, it's annoying that I can't get my computer. Aha, now I can get hold of things and minus things. Okay, thank you. I can actually get there, girls, now and move things right out of my way. So we're going to look at some of those solutions for you in a minute. But if we just go back to that limbic system there, we'll put that in the middle. So there's some of the things it helps you to do. And that limbic system is so important because that olfactory nerves, we're going to breathe all those oils in and really going to help you to control those emotions. And, you know, because the aim is not just us, but we might have young children, we might have adults that are really struggling with these things. But knowing that essential oils can get there faster than anything else in whatever situation we might find, whether we're anxious or we're stressed or we're overwhelmed there. And we'll just share those results with you. So yes.
Can you see the sharing? Yeah.
Yeah, how everybody really there can see how it really affects our emotions and our memory.
Absolutely. There. Okay.
So, and then what we're going to look at now is really those solutions that we have. We have different options. We've got today where we can go and manage our system with synthetic things around, and we know that lots of those have side effects for us, but they're easy to get hold of. We can go to doctors, we can go to the pharmacy, and we can get those things. But natural solutions really help us to get to those underlying problems. So I'm always talking to people about finding that root cause so they can really get in deep. They're natural because they all come from plants, and they're also CPTG, which is what we call the gold standard of purity. So we can do a lot more with these oils. And there aren't any side effects really. There are a couple of contraindications if maybe you have a certain conditions that you might need to check on. And again, they're not addictive either. So now what we're going to look at, we're going to be starting to go through very shortly. We're going to look at some of those additional ways in which you can use your oils. So first of all, though, it's going to provide you with well-being. It's going to give you that modern approach, if you like, to health concerns. We've seen so many things tried, and I think people realise there is so much out there that we can use that is natural. And then to remember that it's really quick we talked about 2 minutes, and it's in there, into that bloodstream. Within 20 minutes, it's in our cells and it's doing its job, it's creating those reactions in the body. And then we start to see how it targets those responses as well. And they're affordable for us to do these solutions. Because when you think about a bottle of oil, it goes a very long way. So you're only using a few drops at a time, so that they can last a long time for you. Reason we talk about specific oils, you need to do your research and make sure the oils that you choose to use on your body are unadulterated. Now, out of all of the tests of companies that they've done, only I think it was 3 come out with pure oils. And obviously we're talking about doTERRA oils here today, and that is one of those 3 that tested pure. And the good thing with that is they outsource their testing as well. They'll always make sure that the testing is not just done by the company, but there are other things. You can ask for that information. Every bottle has a batch number on that you can research, and that will tell you specifically where it comes from and all of that sort of type of detail. So that's really important as well when you're picking out the oils that you decide to use for you. So here we're going to talk about how oils are unadulterated. Now, we're going to hand over to Tracy now, because Tracy's going to then talk about the types of oils that we use. No, we're not. We're one short yet. Hold on, Tracy. Jumping ahead. She's like, oh, looking at me. Okay, we're just going to talk about adulteration on our oils that we use, because remember, if we're using them as a natural health solution, we want to make sure they're of good quality. So make sure that that they're not low quality oils. You can tell that by the CPGT, which we looked at. You want to look at those results from the people you get. Make sure they're not mixed with chemical solvents or pesticides, those sort of things. And some have not disclosed what parts are in there, what parts they've used, they've mislabeled. So there's lots of things. They use mixes of oils that are not organic, because they're trying to make them all look the same and all smell the same. But one of those things, so you want to make sure, because that can have a huge impact on toxicity on our body, and also you're getting something that really doesn't do what it says. And you know, so really make sure that you check out those responses of what they've got in them, because of the reactions they could cause for you. So it's really important to check that out when you use your oils. And that's why one of the things we talk about is that assurance, the Aromatic Plant Research Centre. So making sure that your oils that you use are pure, because it's really important to you. We talked about just now, you need a batch number, and this should be public information. So you should be able to see from there where it's grown, what farmer grew it, and whereabouts and how it's sourced as well. And that's really key when you're looking at those type of oils. So just to recap, we're looking at how it can affect our emotions and how we can control that. And we can use essential oils to get to that limbic system and the amygdala as fast as possible so that we get a good response. But just make sure that your oils are really, really pure. Now we're going to be turning over to Tracy, and she's going to be looking at the different ways we can use the oils, and then we're going to show you a few little oils and some recipe ideas as well, and we've got all of those for you to take away with you at the end of what you can do. So over to you, Tracy, and I will click the screens for you.
Thank you. So there are different ways of using essential oils, and the first one is aromatic. And Jackie spoke about that earlier. You could put a drop on your hand, rub your hands together and inhale. That's the aromatic way. So you can do that very easily by just straight out of the bottle or into your hands. But in the picture here, we have a diffuser, which they're normally cold water diffusers and very safe. And you only need a few drops because these are purer oils. You don't need as many as you would if you were using ones that you shouldn't be using. So I like to use the diffuser overnight. So if I'm feeling stressed or I'm feeling overwhelmed through the day, I like to deal with those issues through the day, but also at night. While I'm resting, my body is in a better state to take it all in. So I will put the diffuser on for either 6 hours or 12 hours and decide which oil I will have to help the condition that I'm dealing with or my emotions that I'm dealing with. So you have your aromatic use. And then we have topical use. So this is applied directly to the affected area, whether you have like a burn or a rash, or you just want to put it on you for the smell that you can inhale, but also it will go in through your skin. Topically, we use fractionated coconut oil to put on the skin with the oil, because that allows it to not evaporate quickly. It allows it to cover a much larger area and it will take its time to go into the skin. So there you have your second one as being topical.
And just one thing I was just thinking, it talks about in bath water as well. It's a really great
Oh,
way to
yes.
use it, isn't
Yeah.
it? And what I
Yeah,
do, well, when I've got a bath, because I haven't got one at the moment, use some milk and put your oils into the milk, and it will disperse into the bath, because you have to be careful if it's plastic, because the essential oil will damage the bath. So
mhm,
the milk as well.
yeah.
And it's also quite nice on the skin.
And with these oils, the doTERRA oils that we're talking about, you can actually take them internally. Like it says there, you can place a drop under your tongue. I tend not to. They're quite a strong flavour, but some people are quite happy to do that. You can add it to food. I know that Ellie, that's on the call tonight, has made some amazing vegan lemon cupcakes and put the lemon oil into the icing. You can enjoy it in beverages. You can have a nice peppermint tea, because one drop of this peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So you can have that. And also you can put them in a veggie cap, which is what is being shown on the screen. So you can choose your oils, put them in the veggie cap, and then just take them as a capsule.
And also, if it just on a side point there, if you're using internally, when you look at some of the doTERRA oils, they will give you a guideline whether they can be taken internally, whether they're topically, or whether they're aromatically. So you always get that guide as well. And there's lots of additional support with books and different trainings as well that we do that can really help you. If you're not unsure, always ask somebody. Somebody will be able to tell you as well.
Absolutely. So here we have lavender. Lavender on the emotional side is the oil of communication. So if you're feeling anxious about talking, it's a really good one to have. But also, who do we talk to the most? Ourselves. So we really need to be talking to ourselves kindly. Lavender also helps with calmness. Everybody knows the calming qualities of lavender, and the peacefulness. Um, and it's just a really beautiful oil. A lot of people say they don't like lavender, but when you actually smell the doTERRA lavender, it smells much more like the plant. So yeah, that's oh, and there's some massage blend there. So 4 drops of lavender with some Roman chamomile and some cedarwood and some fractionated coconut oil and argan oil is a really good sleep massage blend.
And at the end, we've got to say some PDFs with some recipes on that we like and different ways that we use these oils as well.
Okay, lemon. Lemon is the oil of focus. So if you need to be doing some work in the office, or you've got children that need to be doing homework, you can inhale the lemon oil or put it in the diffuser. It helps us. It's like an energizing oil. It's like a sunshine oil. A lot of the citrus ones are very uplifting. It can help with our mental clarity, and it helps us with the direction that we need to go in. So if you're feeling confused, negative, or powerless, then lemon is the oil to have. But also, lemon's really good in a drop of water to help flush out your system first thing in the morning. And there is, oh, look, a zesty energy bath blend, lemon, grapefruit, and lime. So really your citrus oils, your real uplifting oils there. So yeah.
Yeah. And just one thing to remember, because we've had a lot of sunshine lately, a citrus oil can also be what's the word?
Photosensitive.
That's the word I'm looking for. So be aware, if you put them on your skin, make sure you're covered up and never wear your essential oils. If you're somebody that uses a sunbed, do not use essential oils there. So just be aware that citrus oils are photosensitive.
Here we have peppermint. Peppermint is the oil of having a buoyant heart, lightheartedness, and some clarity. I've got peppermint and lemon in my diffuser this evening because it's felt really muggy here. And I thought I just need to be much more awake. So that's in the diffuser. So peppermint will, if you're going to inhale that, it will open up your airways. It will wake you up. So that afternoon slump, this is a really good oil for that. But also if you're feeling a little bit low, maybe a little bit of despair, and a bit sad, then peppermint can help buoy you up. It will just give you that little bit of a lift that you need.
Yeah, and another little one I like to use peppermint for. If you've got a headache, sides of your temple, just make sure you don't get too near the eyes, but that really helps clear your head
Oh,
as
yes.
well, doesn't it? It's a really good one.
Yeah, really good.
And then we've got wild orange.
Oh, yes. Do you want to talk about this one?
Yeah, go on.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. So wild orange is your sunshine oil. It's beautiful. It's the oil of generosity and creativity, but it's also your abundance oil. And it'll help you be a little bit more spontaneous. So if you're feeling a bit burdened, or on here it says jealousy and scarcity possibly, but if you just need that boost of sunshine oils, lemon or wild orange is the one to go to. And like wild orange is always my go-to.
Yeah.
It's always in my bag, always. It's just a really happy oil. So when you're not really sure about how you're feeling, but you just want to feel a bit better, wild orange is always my go-to. Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but the first thing that always picks me up into my mind when we talk about wild orange is drop a drop of it in hot chocolate, and it's like having a Terry's chocolate orange.
Oh,
it's just
there
like,
you go.
wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And even Ellie said she loves wild orange. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just a go-to oil. It's just beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so really what we've looked at today is just the basics of oils here. These are really the simplest what oils that we can look at that are good for so many things, not just for those stress, that uplifting, that want to relax and that sleep. There's so many different ways in which you can use these oils. So it's about finding that solution for you. Really, that's what's important. And so we just thought we'd stick with the 4 real basic ones here with the introductory kits. Now, the introductory kits, if anybody's interested in them, they are, what was the price for them? Say
$27.50
for those. And then we worked it out that if you added wild orange, it'd be about £35, didn't we, with postage?
Yeah.
There. So if anybody's interested in that, or if you are interested in any of the others, let us know. But what we're going to give you at the end of here, which we're just about to sort of wrap it up, but we'll come to some Q&As. I think we've got another questionnaire, another poll and quiz, I think. Yeah, I think we've just got the last one there. This one. So what are some of the things that you feel that you really want more help with, or that you'd like a little bit more information on? Obviously, we can't see who's asking, but we can send it out into an email for you as well. Okay, so it's a round of, I think a lot of us at times suffer with any of those ones really there, don't we? I think we all struggle at times with some of those.
Yeah.
There. So let's just, if I just end it, then you can see the results yourselves, what everybody's feeling. And I think, frustration is a real one. I think we all cover anxiety. Actually, lots of people suffer with different types of anxiety, from very, from our children at school to maybe more severe, and grief. That's an interesting one. Maybe we should do some on particularly on that as well, and home in on that, maybe grief and depression, because I think sometimes they can be linked, can't they?
Absolutely. And like these 3 oils for all of those, but certainly for grief, like peppermint just to lift you, and wild orange, depending on what you're feeling at the time as to what you need, whether you need the mints or whether you need the citruses. So
so there's lots of ways. So if you are struggling with any of those and you want additional help, then please reach out to any one of us, and we can really add to that, and help you, because the aim is to help you if that makes sense. We really want to be able to give you that guidance that you need with the different oils. So we just thought we'd start with a few of the basics that are so important for us, all of us, really.
So Helen in the chat has asked, what would we recommend if you're feeling teary?
I would have said something like the citrus for
Mhm.
uplifting, would you?
I would, and I would probably mix it depending which one. You could have wild orange with a bit of lavender just for that.
Yeah, that's
That sort of hug, right? You need the uplift, but you also need the hug, don't you? Which
yeah,
is what lavender gives you. Yeah.
exactly. Because it's lavender's sedative as well, isn't it? So it will help you relax. And sometimes it's just because those emotions are there.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's probably what I would say. Go with a citrus and a lavender out of those ones. Quite an easy way to start, really, there. And so let's just open it up, actually. I'll stop the share and let's just open it up to everybody. If you want to
Do
come
you
on
want to
and ask
stop
questions,
the recording if we're
yes, okay,
chatting?
we'll do that. Yeah. I've got to find it first. Oh, up there, it's gone.